A woman adopted an orphan girl, but when bathing her, she discovered a chilling truth.
Hello everyone. Enjoy these relaxing moments while you watch.
Emily. Mrs. Emily Smith. Yes, speaking. I'm Abigail Johnson, from the Phoenix Child Welfare Center. I'm calling to say congratulations, your application has been approved. My application? What application? The adoption request. For a little girl named Mia, age 7. Does that ring a bell? Oh my God. I didn't think this would actually happen. I thought maybe they'd moved on. Not at all. We carefully reviewed everything. Mia's a lovely child who needs a stable home. We'd love for you to come meet her this Saturday. Thank you so much. She ended the call, her hands shaking. Slowly, she sank into the chair, overwhelmed. Years of filling out forms, going through interviews, passing every financial and psychological screening, quietly holding on to hope even as it faded, and now, this. A miracle. Mrs. Carter. Are you free this weekend? What is it, Emily? I'm going to adopt a little girl, her name is Mia. She's 7. Emily, are you serious? After all this time? I need to pick up a few things, set up her room. Will you come shopping with me? Of course. You're going to be such a great mom. Saturday morning. The shelter was in an older part of town, the building worn down with age, paint peeling from the walls. Emily opened the rusty gate, which groaned as it moved. A young staff member welcomed her. Hi, I'm Grace. Mia's in the next room, waiting for you. Can I meet her now? Of course. She's a little quiet, though. Just take it slow, okay? The door creaked open. In the corner sat a small girl, calm and still, with chestnut hair pulled to one side. Her large, dark eyes avoided direct contact. Hi there, sweetheart. I'm Emily. I've been looking forward to meeting you. Do you like to draw? I brought you a box of colored pencils. Mia glanced up. Her eyes shifted, but she didn't say anything. Emily gently sat down and placed the pencils on the table. Mia reached for a green one and started drawing a tiny tree. You like trees? I do, too. I have a little garden at home. Maybe we can plant sunflowers together, would you like that? Would you like to come live with me? Mia looked at her for a long moment. She didn't speak, but gave a tiny nod. Mrs. Emily, there will be a 2-week adjustment period. If everything goes smoothly, full custody will be finalized within the month. I understand. I'll give her all the love I have. On the ride home, Mia sat in the back, holding a well-worn teddy bear. Emily turned on soft instrumental music. The streets were quiet, the cool April breeze blowing through slightly open windows. Mia, are you hungry? A little. We'll stop at Mr. James' bakery. They make the best croissants in town. Okay. It was the first time Mia had spoken a word. Would you like your room to have wallpaper with butterflies or stars? Butterflies. Then we'll make your own little butterfly garden, how's that? I like purple. Perfect. Purple sheets it is. Mia nodded but kept her distance. When Emily tried to touch her shoulder, the girl flinched and pulled away. I'm sorry. I just wanted. It's okay. I'm fine. But her eyes were trembling. The first night. Mia couldn't sleep. She lay still, eyes wide open, holding her teddy bear tight. Emily stood at the doorway watching. I'll leave the night light on, okay? Okay. If you need anything, just call me. Okay. A while later, when Emily returned to her room, she heard a soft whisper. Thank you, Mommy. The next day, Emily took Mia to the park. Do you want to try the swings? I just want to sit with you. Okay. Let's sit on the bench. There are a lot of people here. Yes, but I'll always be right beside you. A little boy ran past and bumped Mia lightly. She startled, covered her head, lips pressed tight. Emily froze. Are you okay? I'm fine. I won't cry. You can cry if it hurts. Crying isn't bad. No, if I cry, they'll get mad. Emily gently squeezed Mia's hand. No one is allowed to hurt you. No one has the right to be angry at you for crying. Mia lowered her head. Silent. Sunday night. Emily called Mrs. Carter. How's she doing? She. Who? Mia. Oh. Mia. She's a good girl, but it's like she's afraid of something. She doesn't let anyone touch her hands or shoulders. My God. Maybe she was. I don't know, Susan. But there's something in her eyes. Not just sadness. It's fear. A fear buried deep to the bone. Are you going to ask her? No. I'm afraid I'll hurt her more. I want to wait. Wait until she trusts me. The next morning, Emily made breakfast. Mia sat silently, stirring her milk with a spoon. Do you like warm milk? Could you make toast with honey? Mia, can I ask you something? Okay. If I ever do something that scares you, can you tell me? You don't scare me. You're nicer than the others. What others? You don't have to say if you don't want to. There was someone who yelled a lot. And hit me. Emily choked up. Her hands gripped the edge of the table. That afternoon, Emily took Mia to the small town library. The girl picked out a book called The Magic Forest. You like forests? I dream about a forest every night. No one hits me there. You can keep dreaming that dream. And one day, we'll make it real. Mia gave a small smile. A fragile smile like morning mist. That night, Emily placed their first photo in a frame, she and Mia sitting at the park. Underneath, she wrote by hand. The first day of our new life. Mia, I've got warm water ready. Let's take a bath and get into pajamas, okay? I bought you pink bunny pajamas. Do you want to try them on? No. I don't want to bathe. It's hot today, I'm just worried you'll feel uncomfortable. I don't want to. The first scream. Mia jumped up from the chair, clutched her teddy bear, backed against the wall. Her whole body shook. Mia, it's okay, sweetheart. I'm not forcing you. No. I don't want to, not today. I'm scared. I'm sorry. I just thought. I didn't know it scared you so much. I'll get hurt if I bathe. Emily froze, heart pounding. Mia's voice wasn't loud, but broken, almost pleading. As if bathing was her worst nightmare. Who said you'd get hurt if you bathe? Mia, did someone do something to you? No. I don't remember, just, no baths, please. That night, Emily called Mrs. Carter. Do you remember the bath thing with Mia? Yeah. She was scared. No. She panicked. Like, it used to be torture. My God. And then, she said something. What? I'll get hurt if I bathe. Susan, I'm starting to get scared. Something's really wrong. After nearly a week, Emily asked again. Mia, let's try a bath today. If you want, I'll sit right outside the bathroom and just talk. No one will touch you. You'll stay outside the door. Yes. I won't come in. I'll try. Emily prepared the bathroom. Soft lights, warm water, fresh towels. She placed a few small plastic toys by the tub, hoping to make Mia feel safe. As Mia entered, she stood still staring at the water. "Take your time. Mommy, if I call you, will you come in? Only if you say it's okay." "Okay." Emily sat outside, leaning against the door. 1 minute, 5 minutes, then a small voice. "Mommy. Mommy. I'm here. I need help taking my shirt off." Emily stood, gently cracked the door open. Mia stood there, eyes downcast, clutching her shirt. "Do you give me permission to come in?" "Yes, but don't pull too hard. I'll be gentle." As Emily unfastened the buttons one by one, she paused. Beneath the fabric, she saw dark bruises turned yellow, faint scars trailing from shoulder to back. A burn mark on her stomach, clumsy stitches along her side like someone had done this in the dark, without mercy. Emily stood frozen. Her throat tight. These weren't accidents. This was a map of abuse. "Don't yell at me, Mommy." Who did this to you?" "I don't remember. I just remember being scared." "Did they have a name?" "Who were they?" I got locked in a closet, then they yelled. I spilled water, they said I was garbage." Emily clenched her fists, trying not to cry. "No one is allowed to call you that." "Never." That night, Emily knocked on Dr. Michael's door. He was the most trusted retired family doctor in town. "Emily. It's late. I'm sorry, but I need you. It's about Mia." "Is she sick?" You need to see." "What's on her body?" "The small clinic." Mia sat on the exam table, curled up. "Don't be afraid, sweetie. I just need to look. I won't touch, okay?" "Okay." The doctor carefully examined her skin. He said nothing, only exhaled deeply with every injury. When he finished, he turned to Emily. "Emily, these aren't accidents. These are repeated injuries. Possibly over months. Some scars are at least 3 years old. Oh my God. Some of the marks are distinctive. Like burns from heated metal or electric shocks. What should I do?" "Report it. To the police. To the center. Do you think they'll believe me?" "Mia doesn't remember she won't testify." "I'll document everything. I'm willing to testify if needed." Emily left the clinic that night, Mia asleep on her shoulder. She kissed the child's forehead. "From now on, no one will ever hurt you again. I promise." The next morning, Emily went to the Child Welfare Center. She asked to see the director. "David Thompson. I'm Emily Smith." "Ah, yes. Please come in." David's office was unnaturally tidy. The middle-aged man had a commanding presence, wearing a crisply ironed shirt and a blank expression. "I'm here to ask about Mia. Is there a problem?" "The child's body is covered in scars and injuries. Serious ones. Signs of prolonged abuse. I understand your concern. But as stated in the records, Mia was involved in an accident at her previous shelter. The matter was handled according to protocol. Burn marks. Electric shock scars. Carelessly stitched wounds. That's an accident. Mrs. Smith, if you have concerns about our organization, I recommend you submit them in writing. I have other matters to attend to." "You're hiding something." "I'm sorry, but I don't have time for emotional theories." Emily stared directly into David's eyes. Icy. Empty. "I will uncover the truth. Even if I have to tear your entire system apart." She stepped outside. It was already dark. Mia was sitting in the car, playing with her sketchbook. Emily whispered to herself, "No one gets to hide this darkness anymore." "Mom, are we going to the park today?" "You want to go?" "There, the wind." It helps me breathe. Then we'll go. But first, I need to stop somewhere. Where? A clinic. I need to pick up your health exam records. Will it hurt? No, sweetheart. It's just paperwork. Emily. I've just finished the summary. Thank you, Dr. Michael. I'm taking it somewhere I never thought I'd return to. The center? Yes. I need to give this to them. At the very least, they need to know that I know. Emily, be careful. People like David Thompson aren't simple. I know. But Mia matters more. If you need a witness, I'm ready. I'll remember that. Thank you. On the way to the center, Emily stopped at a small cafe. She ordered an espresso and took out her phone. Hello, Charlotte. I need a favor. What is it, Emily? Your voice sounds strange. Do you remember the little girl I adopted, Mia? Of course. She's adorable. I suspect she was seriously abused. And the center might be covering it up. My God. Do you have any proof? I do. Medical reports, injury photos, fragmented memories from the child. I've started investigating. I know a few people who used to work with David Thompson. Some left very suddenly. I could try contacting them. Thank you. Even just a name or a lead would help. Give me a day. All right. I'll wait. At the center. I want to see David Thompson. He's in a meeting. I'll wait. 15 minutes later, the director's door opened. Mrs. Smith. I have something you need to see. Still about Mia? These are medical records examined by Dr. Michael. Along with photos of her injuries. I want to ask, why is the entire section on Mia's medical history blank in the adoption file? We only include the information provided by the previous shelter. Details like those aren't always fully documented. Not documented. Or deliberately erased. I suggest you be cautious with your accusations. I'm very cautious. Because I'm protecting a wounded child, while you seem to be shielding a rotten system. You're insulting the organization. If you continue, I may file a report to reassess your custody rights. I'm not afraid. And I won't stop. This is my final warning: go home, care for the child, and stop digging. Not everything is yours to understand. Back at the car, Emily felt her hands trembling slightly. That threat wasn't subtle. She stayed silent the entire drive, holding Mia's small hand tightly. That evening, Emily reviewed the adoption paperwork. So many documents were signed by the same person, David Thompson. Even Mia's initial psychological report had just one line: no signs of severe trauma. Lies, it's all lies. She opened her laptop and visited a local Phoenix adoption forum. After some searching, she left a message. Has anyone adopted from David Thompson's center and experienced anything unusual? I need to talk. The next day, she received a private message from a user named Mama Esperanza. I once adopted a little girl named Harper from that center. But after just 3 weeks, they came and took her back. They said I broke a rule, but I was never told what it was. Emily replied immediately. 2 hours later, they met at a small tea shop. I'm Emily. And you? My name is Aria. Aria Miller. Can you tell me more about Harper? At first, she was sweet, but easily startled, especially if someone came too close. I took her to a doctor, who recommended I report it to the center. The next evening, they showed up. Who showed up? One staff member, and David Thompson himself. He said I didn't have the right to seek medical help for the child without approval. Then they took her. What happened after that? I tried to find information about Harper, but all the records vanished. Even my social media posts with her were taken down. Did you keep anything? Yes. One photo, printed and hidden. Arya pulled a photo from her wallet. A thin, black-haired girl with sorrowful eyes. Emily, her eyes look just like your daughter's. I know. That evening, Emily sat with Mia in the art room. Do you like coloring? I want to draw. What are you going to draw? A cat. Mia focused on her drawing. While tidying up, Emily found another sheet with a disturbing image, a tall man holding a whip, and a faceless child. Mia, who is this? I don't know. I just drew it from memory. Is that someone who yelled at you? I don't remember the face. But his hands were big. And cold. Emily hugged her tightly. From now on, I'll protect you. No one will scare you again. The next morning, Charlotte called. I reached out to a former staff member named Olivia. She worked at the center for 3 years and left 6 months ago. Will she meet with me? At first, no. But when I said Mia's name, she was silent for a long time, then agreed. When? Tonight. At the cafe near Town Square. I'll be there. Inside the cafe, warm yellow light reflected off the tired face of a young woman. Olivia glanced around, then whispered. I really shouldn't be meeting you. I'm not asking you to do anything illegal. I just want the truth. Mia was one of 3 kids transferred from St. Anne's shelter. That place shut down, but I saw the original records. And all 3 had signs of serious trauma. One child was even hospitalized with a broken bone. Why weren't those details in the adoption files? Because David Thompson ordered them deleted. The new files were made by his people. Every scar, every medical note, was edited out. Why did you leave the job? I found out one boy was returned in critical condition. When I tried to report it, I was reassigned. I quit right after. Has anyone ever filed a complaint against him? One woman. But she disappeared from the system. No one could find her again. Would you testify? I'm scared. But if others speak out, I won't stay silent anymore. That night, Emily opened her laptop. Her hands trembled, but her eyes were resolute. She created a folder named Mia the Truth. Inside, she began saving everything: injury photos, doctor reports, Arya's testimony, Olivia's recording. She whispered to herself. This is where we start, Mia. I promise. Mommy, aren't we going outside today? Today I have to do a few things on the computer. But tonight, we'll plant flowers together, okay? I want sunflowers. Then we'll plant sunflowers. Emily reopened the adoption forum and posted a more detailed question. Has anyone adopted from David Thompson's center and had a child taken back under unclear circumstances? Please leave your contact info. I need to talk. Less than 2 hours later, a private message came from a user named Ethan_Cleveland. My wife and I once adopted a girl named Ava from that center. 3 weeks later, they came to our house, said we were unfit, and took her away. Emily called immediately. I'm Emily. Thank you so much for reaching out. I'm Ethan. Honestly, I didn't want to get involved again. But when I saw Thompson's name, I got chills. What happened? We adopted Ava. She was very quiet, looked down a lot, rarely smiled. But we loved her. Truly. Why did they take her back? They said we violated protocol. But they never clarified. Just handed us papers and asked us to sign. And you did? My wife cried so hard she couldn't breathe. I signed. The whole thing happened in 15 minutes. Did you keep anything? Photos? Messages? They told us to delete everything. But, there's one thing. Ethan pulled out his phone, went to a hidden album, and showed Emily a picture. Ava, sitting on a sofa, holding a one-armed doll. Did she have scars? Yes. On her shoulder, and a long one down her back. When we asked the center, they said it was from a fall. How could a deep cut come from a fall? I asked that too. They laughed and said I wasn't a medical expert. Emily jotted down a note, Ava taken after 3 weeks. Reason, unclear violation. Suspicious scars. She continued her search and came across an old forum comment posted last year by a user named Amelia T84. No one has answered me, but I'm still hoping. Has anyone ever adopted a girl named Isabella from Phoenix? They said I was wrong and took her from me, but no one replies to my letters. I just want to know if she's alive or dead. Hello, this is Emily. I found your old comment about Isabella. Isabella? Oh my God, who are you? I'm investigating cases like yours. I believe Mia, my daughter, was also a victim. They said I was crazy. They sent a doctor to my house. They threatened me if I didn't sign the return papers, they'd sue me. Do you have any records? They took everything. But I still have a photocopy. I've kept it in my coat pocket for 2 years. I never had the courage to throw it away. Could you send it to me? If you're really doing something to help those children, I will. That night, Emily received an email from Amelia. Attached was a photocopy of Isabella's file, along with a handwritten note. The child sleepwalks. Once screamed in the night, "Don't take me to the basement." Emily printed it out and placed it next to Ava and Mia's files. Mom, what are you doing? I'm trying to find out if anyone's ever been like you. Like me, what do you mean? Children who've been hurt. But are brave, just like you. If they take you, what should I do? No one's going to take me. I'm stronger than they think. The next day, Emily invited Charlotte to her house. Look at this. This is Ava. This is Isabella. Both disappeared from the system just weeks after placement. Same reason. Emily, this is no longer a suspicion. I need to find those children. I need to know they're alive. Have you considered going to the police? I don't have enough evidence. They'd call me paranoid. David Thompson knows how to bury every report. Then what's the next step? I want to go back to the center. Not to see him. I want to find someone inside. A week later, Charlotte called with news. I know a student who interned at the center. Her name is Sophia. She's currently writing a thesis on the child welfare system. Will she talk to me? She agreed. But only in a public place. At the city library. Are you Sophia? Yes. Are you Emily? Thank you for agreeing to meet. To be honest, I've carried trauma since my internship. Kids would just disappear, and their files would be blank. Do you know Mia? That name's familiar. I remember a very sweet, quiet girl. One time she fainted in the bathroom. I reported it, but was told to stay quiet. Who told you that? The head of care. But really, it all came from Thompson. Do you remember Ava or Isabella? Not Isabella. Ava, yes, I do. She had a long scar on her back. One time she said, if I tell the truth, they'll send me to the dark place. The dark place? I asked where that was, and she just went silent. Is there a basement in the center? I'm not sure. But there's an old storage room that's always locked. Only Thompson has the key. Can you help me get in? I can't. But I know someone who used to clean in there. His name is Marcus. He might remember something. Emily wrote Marcus's name in her notebook. Before leaving, she looked at Sophia. You were brave to meet me today. I can't stay silent when I think about those children's eyes. I can't forgive myself. I won't let this disappear. That night, Mia lay in Emily's arms. Mom, I drew a dream today. Can I see it? I drew myself standing with other kids. They all had tape over their mouths. What about you? I was holding scissors. You wanted to cut the tape off? Yes. Because if someone speaks up, no one gets taken to the dark place anymore. Emily hugged her tightly. Outside the window, the phoenix night exhaled softly. I promise, we won't let anyone go to that dark place again. Not you, not me. Mrs. Emily Smith, Mr. Thompson has invited you to the center to clarify some matters related to Mia's care. I'll go. But this time, I want to bring someone with me. Sorry, the meeting is only for guardians. I understand. I'll be ready. Child Welfare Center. A small room with brown curtains, a long wooden meeting table. David Thompson sat at the head, hands interlocked, expression calm as the first day they met. Mrs. Smith, I asked you here because we've received reports that you've been spreading unfounded accusations about the center. I'm not spreading anything. I'm seeking the truth. What I've seen on Mia can't be ignored. And your way of seeking the truth involves contacting former parents, making unauthorized calls, digging into files you don't have clearance for. Is that what you call protecting the child? I call protection what stops bad people from hurting children again. Be careful with your words. I've been very careful. You should be too because I have all the evidence. I could recommend a reassessment of your custody rights if I find you uncooperative with the system. Then I'll take this to the public. To the media. To court. What you're doing is isolating yourself, Mrs. Smith. People who tried to damage this organization's reputation, none ended well. Emily stood, looked him straight in the eyes. You may be good at scrubbing records, Mr. Thompson. But I clean the truth. And truth sticks longer than ink. That night, Emily returned home. The front door showed signs of tampering. She stepped inside, called out. Mia. Where are you? In the art room. Did you see anyone strange come by? No. But. I heard something like a cat scratching the door. Emily walked to the back door. The lock was scratched, showing signs of someone trying to break in. Her heart pounded. She grabbed her phone and called Charlotte. Charlotte. Someone tried to get into my house. My God. Are you okay? I'm fine. But I'm starting to feel watched. You need legal help. I know a lawyer, Joseph Miller. Tough, but he believes in justice. I'll message him. The next morning, at a corner cafe, a man in his 40s wearing a dark suit shook Emily's hand. I'm Joseph. Charlotte told me you need someone who can handle people like Thompson. I don't have much money to hire a private attorney. I'm not in it for money. I lost my niece to a failed adoption case. So, tell me everything. Emily told it all, from meeting Mia, to the scars, to the other missing girls. Joseph took quiet notes. Do you have copies of all this? Yes. On an external drive, and one backup in the cloud. Good. From now on, I suggest you limit contact with the center. They're looking for an excuse to corner you. I'm not afraid of them. Courage is good. But we need strategy. Thompson doesn't act alone. He has a network. That evening, Emily was folding clothes for Mia when the landline rang. A strange, low male voice. Emily Smith. Who is this? If you want to keep that girl, stay quiet. This has nothing to do with you. Who are you? Someone who's seen too much. Be careful when you turn on the lights at night. Sometimes, they don't turn on. The call ended. Emily's hands trembled. She clutched the phone like a block of ice. Mia walked in from the other room. Mom, what's wrong? Nothing, sweetheart. Just a wrong number. Over the next 3 nights, Emily received more anonymous calls. Some silent. Some just breathing. One night, the doorbell rang at 3 a.m. No one was there. Mia began having trouble sleeping. She often woke up crying, whispering. "They're back. Mommy, they're back." On Wednesday morning, Emily found a note slipped under the door. "Every word you speak is one step closer to taking the girl back. Watch your mouth." Emily brought the note to Joseph. "Keep this. I'll get a handwriting analysis. Maybe we'll trace something. I'm getting tired, Joseph. They don't need violence, they just need to make me lose my mind. You're not crazy. You're the sanest of us all. But they want to make you feel alone. I feel like I'm fighting a beast with 10 heads. And each one reeks of money, power, and fear." An old college friend named Daniel refused to help when Emily reached out. "I used to work in social services. I know Thompson. He has ties with city officials. You can't win." "I don't need to win. I just need to protect my daughter." "That might be exactly what makes you lose her." "I'll accept that risk." The next day, when Emily picked Mia up from her art class, the teacher whispered. "Mia's not focused. She keeps looking out the window, murmuring something." "Did she say anything specific?" "Just one sentence. 'They know I'm drawing.'" That night, Emily sat beside Mia as they drew together. "What are you drawing?" "A house with a big lock on the door." "Why the lock?" "To keep them out. I don't want to go to the basement." "Have you seen the basement before?" "I'm not sure, but I once dreamed they dragged me down. My hands were tied. And they said, 'Bad again.'" "Who said that?" "I don't know. Their faces were covered." The next morning, Joseph called. "I have bad news. A file related to Isabella, the one you told me about, was just deleted from the social services database. Illegally. Thompson. Most likely. And now they're using the law to cover their tracks. Then we have to move faster." "I agree. But we need a heavy blow. I'm thinking of something, a public letter. With everything I have. You'll be exposing yourself. Are you ready? If the price is justice for Mia and the other children. I'm ready. Mia, today I'm taking you to meet a friend of mine. Her name is Grace. What does she do? She's very good at drawing. You can draw anything you want, and she'll understand it. Like comic books? Almost. But these are real stories. Stories from the heart." Grace Brown's studio was on the 3rd floor of a small building near the town square. Inside, there were no examination tables, no machines, just a warm space with soft yellow lighting, white canvases hanging on the walls, wooden bookshelves, and hundreds of neatly arranged colored pencils. Grace, about 35, with lightly curled hair and a gentle voice, smiled at Mia. "Hi there, Mia. I've heard you draw beautifully." I just draw. That's already beautiful. Let's sit here, okay? I've got paper and colors ready." Mia sat down and opened the box of colors. Emily remained silent in the corner, observing. "Mia, what would you like to draw today?" "I want to draw a house." "A house from your imagination, or a real one?" "A house where I don't get locked in." "Then go ahead and draw it." Grace didn't ask anything more. She simply sat nearby, watching Mia draw. Her strokes started slowly, then became faster. A red roof, round windows, 2 figures standing side by side, one big, one small. "Who are these?" "Me and Mommy." "That's wonderful. Do you want to draw anyone else?" "Yes. One more." Mia picked a black pencil and drew a very large figure with no face, long arms, and something in its hand that looked like a whip. Who is this person? I don't know the name. What does he do? He stands in front of the cabinet. I'm inside it. What cabinet? A cold one, but not really cold. It's dark. Very dark. How long were you in there? I don't remember, but when I came out, my shirt was all wet. Emily sat frozen. She looked at Grace. The specialist gave a slight nod and took out another sheet of paper. Mia, can you draw that place for me? Okay. But don't tell him. No one will say anything. Here, you get to keep secrets if you want. Mia began drawing. A room. A wooden cabinet. On top, she wrote something as best she could, C2. You remember those letters? Yeah. I peeked once. There was C2, C3, C1, like house numbers. Who lived there? No one. It was a place, where they put you when you were bad. Grace didn't ask further. She turned to Emily. We'll need more sessions. But it's clear Mia isn't making this up. These are memory images from trauma. I believe her. Do you think we could use these drawings as evidence? In part. But we'll need verbal testimony too. I'll start recording her stories. Be careful. They won't sit quietly. They haven't. But I'm still here. That night, Emily asked. Are you tired, sweetheart? No, Mommy. Do you want to tell me more? About the times you got punished? It wasn't always punishment. Sometimes they just locked me up. Did anyone else go through the same thing? Yes. Lily. They took her away. No one saw her again. Lily was your friend? She slept on the bottom bunk. I slept on the top. Do you remember her face? She had short hair, gray eyes. She cried more than me. So, they took her sooner. How did they take her? There was a back door. Beyond it was a stairway down. What's down there? I don't know. But there were crying sounds. Emily felt a chill run down her spine. She gently squeezed Mia's small hand. Do you remember the person who took Lily? He wore black. Never spoke. Just signaled. If you screamed, you got hit. Were you ever hit? Once. When I called Lily my sister. Why did they hit you? They said, there are no siblings here. Only leftover stock. Emily hugged her daughter tightly, silent tears falling. The next day, she met with Joseph and recounted the entire art session. He was stunned. We need this story recorded. I can help edit and turn it into a formal statement. I'll ask Grace to help Mia tell it. As naturally as possible. And I'm thinking of something else. What is it? Thompson had contracts with a child-focused NGO. If we can find past sponsors and show them what Mia described, we could add media pressure. I agree. The more ears we reach, the harder it is to silence us. That afternoon, Emily received an email from Aria Lily's former foster mother. I think the girl Mia mentioned was my Lily. I still have a journal where she drew a cabinet marked C1. I'll send you a scan. The drawing made Emily's skin crawl. The cabinet looked exactly like Mia's, with a large man holding a rope. That evening, Emily asked Mia. Do you know what leftover stock means? Not really. But I think, it's the kids nobody wants. Who told you that? A lady named Evelyn. She hated us. Is she still at the center? I don't know. Haven't seen her in a long time. Emily wrote down the name Evelyn. Tomorrow, she'd ask Sophia the intern if someone by that name ever worked at the center. Emily stayed up all night. She reviewed each recording, each drawing. Every pencil stroke, every word etched into her mind like a blade. She whispered, "If no one believes you, I will be your first voice." At the next session with Grace. "Mia, today I'd like you to tell me about a day you remember most." "A rainy day." "Why do you remember it?" "Because a new boy came. He sat next to me. But by evening, he was put in cabinet C3. The next morning, he was gone." "Did anyone ask about it?" "No. Miss Evelyn said, 'This is a lesson for the talkative ones.'" Emily stood, her voice shaking. "Do you remember his name?" "Yes. Matthew." "Did you see him get hurt?" "No. But I heard him yell, 'Mommy,' a lot." Grace noted everything and looked at Emily. "This is critical testimony. It could serve as legal evidence. Do you think people will believe it? If they have a conscience, they must." That night, Mia drew another picture and handed it to Emily. "I drew you with a big mouth." "A big mouth?" "To speak for all of us." "I will speak. Until someone listens." "Mommy. I don't want to go to school today." "Why not, sweetheart?" "I feel tired. And, my head hurts like someone hit it." Emily placed her hand on Mia's forehead. "Hot. Very hot." She rushed her to the car. "She has a high fever, 103.1 degrees Fahrenheit. Likely due to stress and lack of sleep." "Is it serious?" "For now, no. But she needs total rest. And, no emotional triggers." Back home, Emily gently placed Mia on the bed. The girl was delirious, mumbling, "Mommy, don't let them take me, don't let them drag me down." Emily didn't leave Mia's side the entire day. When Joseph called, she said only one sentence. "I'm not going anywhere today. Mia is burning up and calling my name in her sleep." "I understand. But there's something you should know. Evelyn, the woman Mia mentioned, used to be an internal coordinator at the center. She left the system 2 years ago for personal reasons. Right after Harper disappeared." "Most likely. I'm not leaving my daughter. But find me her address. I'll go when Mia's better." Night. The wind howled softly outside the window. Mia was still feverish, but she clutched her mother's hand. "Don't leave me, Mommy. I'm here. No one's taking you anywhere. If they come, will you shout? I'll scream so loud the whole world will hear." Emily opened her laptop. Every document, every recording, every injury photo, drawing, Mia's voice clips, testimonies from Aria, Sophia, Ethan, all in one folder. She renamed it Mia Evidence Never to be Buried. The next morning, with Mia feeling better, Emily sat with Joseph at a corner cafe. "I wrote a public letter. Not just about Mia, but for all the children who lost their voices. Are you ready? Once it's out, everything changes. You'll have support, but the pressure will increase tenfold. I've been ready since the moment Mia said, 'I'll get hurt if I bathe.' I'll help you distribute it to the media, human rights groups, and social platforms. We need a big hit." Emily returned home, opened her laptop, and began composing a new post. She typed, "I am Emily Smith. I'm the mother of a 7-year-old girl named Mia who once lived under the system we trust to protect children. But Mia's body is a map of everything that was hidden. The scars. The panic when someone touches her shoulder. The cries in the night, 'Mommy, don't let them take me.' I found others, children like Mia, Ava, Isabella, Harper. They didn't disappear. They were silenced. Moved like defective goods. This is the evidence. This is the truth. This is the voice of children who were never heard. I'm no longer afraid. And you can no longer cover it up." She attached injury photos, Mia's drawings, audio clips. Then she clicked Post. 3 minutes later, a notification popped up, 100 shares. 15 minutes later, 2,400 shares. 1 hour later, the post was trending nationwide. Emily's phone rang. It was Joseph. You did it. My God. Media outlets are reaching out. Safe Children International just called. They want to meet you and Mia. I don't want Mia in the spotlight. I understand. They only want to offer support. But there's more. Tell me. A former staff member from the center named Alexander just messaged me. He says he kept copies of the records of the children who were transferred during the time Mia was there. Is he willing to go public? He's hesitant. But your post may have changed his mind. It's almost time for them to bow their heads. That evening, Emily opened Mia's bedroom window. The night air was cool and gentle. Mia was sitting on her bed, finishing a drawing. Mommy, can I draw one more person? Who is it, sweetheart? Someone standing on a stage, with a microphone. I think, it's you. I don't need a microphone. My voice is loud enough already. Mommy, thank you for not giving up. Emily didn't say a word. She sat on the bed and held her daughter close. One day, when you're big enough, you'll tell the world yourself, won't you? Yes. But for now, can you tell them for me? 11 p.m. A message from Charlotte arrived. Emily, you're on TV. Everyone's sharing non-stop. Even politicians are commenting, we must investigate. Joseph called back. David Thompson just locked his social media accounts. But I heard the media has surrounded the center's headquarters. How long can he keep running? Not long. Once Alexander sends the files, justice will take over. Emily received a message from an unknown account. I was a child who lived there. I remember Mia. Thank you, Mom, for speaking up. She couldn't hold back the tears. Her hand trembled as she typed back. Thank you for still being alive. Near dawn. Mia slept peacefully. Emily sat writing a letter. She wrote. To those reading this in silence. If you ever saw, heard, or suspected, and stayed silent, now is the time to speak. This is no longer just Mia's story. This is the story of justice. 6 a.m. The city radio broadcast a special news report. A mother named Emily Smith has rocked public opinion by exposing the full truth about the Child Welfare Center. Her post has surpassed 1 million shares overnight. The mayor's office has called for a special investigation into Mr. David Thompson. Mia woke up. She walked out of her room holding her final drawing. She handed it to her mother. On the paper was a wide-open door. Behind it, a sky full of light. In wobbly handwriting, it read. The darkness went to sleep. Emily, turn on the TV. Now. What is it, Joseph? David Thompson has been taken into custody. Police raided the center this morning. Mia's still sleeping. Wait, what did you say? They found a storage room of files that had been manually altered. Alexander provided full original backups from a secondary server. Those records matched Mia's testimony and that of the other children. So, they have enough to prosecute. More than enough. It's become a national investigation. And one more thing. Tell me. The police found a list of 5 children who were listed as transferred to other facilities but never updated again. We suspected and they found them. Are they alive? Yes. They're being protected in a temporary shelter 25 miles outside Phoenix. I'm on my way there. I'm coming with you. In the car, Joseph handed Emily a thick file. This is everything Alexander backed up. Names of everyone involved in the internal transfers. Thompson was at the top, but many others signed off on paperwork, psychological assessments, even doctors. So the whole system turned a blind eye. Not just blind. They cooperated to remove children deemed too difficult or not suitable for long-term care. The note they used was, "No sustainable adoption value." Value? As if these kids were defective goods. I want to see them with my own eyes. I need to know they're still breathing. And Mia needs to know she's not the only one who survived. At the emergency foster shelter on the outskirts, a woman greeted them. "Hello, I'm Madison. I oversee the temporary housing unit. You're here for the Thompson case, right?" "Yes. We'd like to meet the children discovered this morning. There are 3 girls, 2 boys. Emotionally unstable, but safe now. Please come in." The room was wide, with pale cream-colored walls. The 5 children sat in a row on chairs. Their eyes filled with confusion and fear, as if everything might vanish at any second. Emily approached. A short-haired girl looked up. "What's your name?" "Nora." "Nora, do you remember Mia?" "Mia, the one who always hugged a brown teddy bear?" "Yes. She still has that bear." A boy stood up abruptly. "Are you really Mia's mom?" "Yes. I'm Emily. Mia's mom. She told us, if she ever got out, she'd come back to get us." Emily couldn't hold back her tears. She kept her promise. Today is that day. Joseph made a call on the spot. "Chief Investigator. I'm at the emergency shelter. 5 children were improperly transferred from Thompson's facility. We need a special protection order. It'll be signed within 20 minutes. Keep them secured. No leaks." Meanwhile, at the Phoenix Center, reporters crowded the gates. David Thompson was escorted into a police vehicle, face frozen, lips sealed. A reporter shoved a mic toward him. "Do you have anything to say about the allegations?" "I was following protocol." "Do you deny altering the records?" "All documents were approved by my superiors. I had no authority to act alone." "What about the 5 missing children?" "I was never informed of that." Shouts erupted from the crowd. "You're a monster. Children aren't disposable. Give them back their childhoods." David Thompson lowered his head and entered the police car. That night, Emily returned home. Mia was awake but weak. Emily entered the room and sat by the bed. "Where did you go, Mommy?" "I went to meet your old friends." They're alive?" "Yes. All 5. "What about Harper?" "I haven't found Harper yet. But the others remember you very well. So I don't have to be afraid anymore." "No, sweetheart. You don't. The person who hurt you is being taken away. Does anyone believe me?" "The whole country is listening to you, Mia." Joseph sent a message. "The prosecutor has accepted the case to indict Thompson and 3 direct accomplices. The full list will be announced tomorrow." The next morning, national news reported. Major investigation into the child welfare system launched following serious misconduct at the Phoenix Center. David Thompson indicted on 7 counts, including child abuse, falsification of records, and illegal transfers. Children previously labeled as unsuitable for long-term care are now receiving psychological treatment and special protection. The woman who sparked the investigation, Emily Smith, is being hailed as the first voice to shatter the silence. Charlotte called through tears. "Emily, you did it. You really did it. I only did what a mother is supposed to do." "You know what? 12 more families just signed up to testify. They said they were once forced into silence, but now they're no longer afraid. The more voices rise, the fewer places they have to hide. You've lit a real fire." At the welfare center, the old sign was taken down. A new notice was being installed. "Temporarily suspended. Under special investigation. Mia drew a new picture. For the first time, there was no man with a whip. No dark cabinet. No ropes. Just a small house, a garden of sunflowers, and next to it, in wobbly handwriting, "Mommy is the light." Emily asked. "What did you draw that's so beautiful?" Mia said. "I drew today." "What's special about today?" "Today. I felt sunlight in my heart." Evening. Joseph and Emily met one last time at the temporary facility. He placed a thick file on the table. "This is the full case file, ready to go to the High Prosecutor. I want you to keep the final copy. I don't know what to say. Just keep being the mother you've been. That's the best thing this world needs." As they left, Emily stopped at the gate. The gate where hundreds of cries had once been buried. Now sealed, cordoned off by police tape. She whispered. They must never be allowed to return. Joseph stood beside her and nodded. "We'll plant flowers here. One day." "No flowers," Emily said softly. "Not just any." "Then what?" "Sunflowers. They always turn toward the light. Just like Mia." "Mommy. I'm not afraid to dream anymore." "Really?" "Because I dreamed I was standing in a field of flowers. I heard laughter. No whips. No darkness. What did you think when you woke up?" "I want to plant lots of flowers with you." 1 week after David Thompson was arrested, the Child Welfare Center was permanently shut down. Emily was invited to the temporary headquarters of the City Child Welfare Committee to hear the official decision. Joseph went with her. "Will they grant me full custody of Mia? You've raised her, protected her, saved her life. If the system has any conscience left, this will just be the final formality. I don't want to be her temporary anymore." "You're forever, Emily. The paperwork is just a formality." In the main meeting room, a female committee representative stood up. "After reviewing all documents and related evidence, we declare, Emily Smith is hereby recognized as the legal and permanent mother of Mia Smith. Thank you so much. Furthermore, the committee extends its official gratitude. Without your courageous actions, those other children may never have been found. I only did what any mother should do. We hope to learn from this story and change the way the system operates." In the hallway, Joseph gave Emily's hand a gentle squeeze. "That's it. It's done." "No. It's just beginning. Beginning to be a real mother. Mia's going to be so proud. I'm proud to have her." Back home, Emily entered Mia's room and placed her hand on the girl's shoulder. "Sweetheart, I have good news." "What is it, Mommy?" "I've been officially recognized as your mother." "You already were my mommy." "Yes, but now the whole world agrees." "So, can I get a school ID with the name Mia Smith?" "Of course. From now on, you're Mia Smith, the bravest girl I've ever known." Mia smiled the brightest smile Emily had seen since the day she brought her home. That night, Emily found the old picture frame. The first photo of Mia in the park, holding her teddy bear. She opened the drawer and pulled out Mia's drawing, a house, an open door, and sunlight shining into a heart. "Mommy, can I call you Mom?" "You're already calling me that." "No. I mean from my heart. Like the way other kids call their moms." "Then try it." "Mom." Just that one word made Emily burst into tears. "Say it again." "Mom." "Yes, baby. I'm here. I'll always be here." Joseph came to visit. Mia ran out to greet him. "Uncle Joseph. Mommy put me on the family register." "Wow, that means you're officially a citizen now, huh? I want a certificate of national bravery too." "I think you've earned it." Joseph stepped inside. Emily, I'm not here as a lawyer today. Then who are you? A friend who's grateful you did what no one else dared to do. I still feel haunted. Because of Lily? Yes. We still haven't found her. But because of Mia, because of you, dozens of other children are safe now. I won't stop. But now, I'm going to slow down a bit. For Mia. A week later, Emily took Mia to her first art class at her new school. There, Mia saw Nora, the girl from the group of 5 rescued children. Mia. Nora. The girls hugged. No more flinching. No more fear. The teacher asked. Do you two know each other? We used to live in a place with locked cabinets. But now we're in a place with bright windows and sunflowers. The class looked puzzled. The teacher smiled and nodded. And this is where you'll draw the world in your own colors. That weekend, Emily and Mia worked in the garden. Emily laid out sunflower seeds, neatly arranged. Mommy, how many should we plant? Try counting. 1, 2, 3, 10. 10 plants. Each one represents a child we've helped together. Then next time, we'll plant more. Because there will be more kids. Who need us? There surely will. That afternoon, Charlotte dropped by. Oh my goodness, just look at her. That smile could light up the whole street. Auntie Charlotte. Mia, you've become the heart of this town. Everyone's talking about you like you're a little miracle. I'm not a miracle. Then what are you, sweet girl? I'm Mia. I'm Mommy Emily's daughter. Tears welled up in Charlotte's eyes as she turned to Emily. God brought that child into your life. And you've done more for her than any doctor, official, or journalist ever could. I just followed a cry that no one else dared to hear. That day, Mia drew a picture big and full of color. On the left, a lonely little girl sat curled up in a dark cabinet. On the right, a bright field of flowers bloomed. Between them, a woman with open arms reached into the darkness, pulling the child out. At the bottom, in crooked handwriting, Mia wrote. Thank you, Mommy, for saving me. Emily read the words and gently pulled Mia close. She whispered. No, sweetheart. You saved me, from a life without light. A month later, a letter arrived from the mayor's office. We are pleased to invite Ms. Emily Smith and Miss Mia Smith to a ceremony honoring citizens who have made a meaningful impact on our community. At the event, the mayor spoke to the crowd. Some heroes wear no capes. They are mothers like Emily, who raised their voices when the world stayed silent. And some children, like Mia, carry not just scars but the strength to bring healing and hope to others. The audience rose in applause as Emily and Mia walked onto the stage. Mia took the microphone, her hands slightly shaking. I just want to say thank you, Mommy, for not giving up on me, for believing in me when no one else did. After the ceremony, a small girl came up to Mia around 6 years old, with wide, curious eyes. Are you Mia? Yeah, that's me. I read about you in the paper. I'm scared of baths too, like you used to be. Do you have a mommy? Not yet, but I hope I find one. Like yours. Mia knelt down and gently held her hand. You will. You'll find a mom who listens. Just like mine does. That night, as Mia slept peacefully, Emily opened a new journal and wrote. Today felt like the real beginning of a new life. Outside, the moon shone brightly. A soft breeze moved through the air. In the garden, 10 small sunflower plants stretched toward the sky. And by the window, a mother and daughter sat together hand in hand, hearts at peace. There was no more silence. Emily and Mia's journey is a moving reminder that love and bravery can silence fear. When grown-ups choose to listen and stand for those without a voice, justice finds its way. No wound should be hidden. No child should face pain alone. And the greatest truth of all, one voice can spark the truth, and light will always overcome the dark, no matter how long it takes to arrive.
If you enjoyed this story, we invite you to give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Your support motivates us to keep bringing heartwarming stories almost every day. We are very grateful for your support. See you soon.